Hey guys, welcome to another video here on Skyring. Today we're doing a follow-up video to the first Motherland Fort Salem video we made a few months back. And this time, we are going to give you 13 reasons why you should watch Motherland Fort Salem Season 2. Without further ado, let's get started. Number 1. Amalia Holmes' performance. Well, this isn't much of a shocker, considering that we put Amalia Holmes at the top of our list in the previous video for Season 1 as well. In Season 2, Amalia gives a show-stealing performance as her character Cilla Ramshorn once again, and her performance alone makes the entirety of Season 2 worth watching. She nails every line that she's given to perfection, and the show is never boring when she's around. If there's any one wish that we have for Season 3, is that we see even more of Amalia and her hilarious antics. We honestly think that Amalia is so charismatic that she'll never be able to do anything that wouldn't entertain us. Trick or treats! Number 2. Adil and Kalida. Nothing surprised us more in Season 2 than seeing Adil and Kalida become complete badasses who went around melting their enemies and liquefying their bones with their incredibly overpowered witch work. We're just glad that they got way more to do this season compared to the first season, and it was such a nice welcome surprise. Now, we really look forward to seeing them annihilate the Camarilla with more of their fantastical powers in Season 3. Number 3. Anacostia. Anacostia is another character who got way more to do in this season compared to the last. In the last season, she felt like a side character whose primary purpose was to support order and train the new recruits. But in this season, we get to see Anacostia go on adventures completely separated from order, and it showed us new dimensions to her character that we hadn't seen before. She's definitely much more of a main character this season, and it was most surely a welcome change.
Goddess, not you again.
Do I know you?
Does that jog your memory?
Number 4. Lynn Renee's performance. In episode 9 of Season 2, Alder gives a freaking Emmy Award-winning performance with her impassioned speech in front of the witch army. If you haven't already watched it, don't worry because we won't spoil you with the exact details. But you definitely need to go and watch Season 2 and witness this amazing scene for yourself as soon as you can. This performance really showed us what a talented actress Lynn Renee is, and it's no wonder that she has been getting roles in large Hollywood movies like Wrath of Man and huge TV franchises like Gossip Girl recently. She's absolutely amazing in everything she does, and we look forward to seeing her a lot more both on our televisions and on the silver screen.
And please, never forget that we are also human.
Number 5. Silvias New Power. In this season, we get to see Cilla learn a new power she calls Morrigan's Whisper. This work gives her the ability to mind control others to do her bidding. And it is hilariously epic and funny at the same time. Everything Cilla does in this show is just so good, and we will never stop being entertained by her.
I call it Morrigan's Whisper.
Number 6. Cilla and Anacostias Pairing. Watching Cilla and Anacostia work together in hilarious buddy cop fashion was easily the best thing that happened in the story this season. We get to follow them as they struggle to work together to infiltrate the Camarilla. And just watching their characters constantly go back and forth in conflict with one another was hilariously entertaining. We really hope that we'll get to see them work together again in the future because we'll probably never get tired of seeing them throw one-liners at each other.
We can't use any work.
Then we'll improvise. If everyone's wearing a mask, how are you going to take the Exarch's face?
We'll improvise, huh?
Number 7. Rayla's Reunion. This is probably the one thing that many fans in the Motherland fan community most wanted to see in Season 2. And we got it, and it was great. We got the Rayla reunion that we wanted, and it was definitely one of the highlights of the season. Now, we really hope that we get to see Rayla stick together for the entirety of Season 3. Elliot, if you're listening to this, please don't break Rayla up again. They deserve to be together, and we want them to be together for the rest of eternity. Thank you.
Stay safe.
You too.
Number 8. Tally's integral role to the story. We're glad that Tally's character has become way more important to the story in this season compared to the last, as we get to see how her beatification from the end of season 1 creates unintentional consequences this season that invariably ends up tying her to all this long storied history with the spree and their key leader, Nicta Beten. If you were already a fan of Tally last season, then you're really going to enjoy seeing her get so much more to do this season. Number 9. Abigail's newfound independence. In season 1, Abigail was still pretty much stuck in the shadow of her family's legacy, believing that she had to behave or act in certain ways that were expected of a bellwether. But in this season, Abigail throws all that aside, choosing instead to forge her own path ahead, while being motivated by reckless vengeance towards the Camarilla for everything that they had taken from her and her family. She's really taking Storm and Fury to a whole different level, and we're just looking forward to seeing where Abigail's newfound independence continues to take her in season 3. Number 10. Epic finale. While the first 8 episodes felt like a lot of build-up, the final 2 episodes are when things really start to take off in full swing in an epic finale. If you're watching the first 8 episodes and are wondering when we'll see any of that high-octane intense storytelling from the second half of season 1, just keep watching because that's exactly what you'll get in the final 2 episodes of this season. The final 2 episodes were easily our favorite episodes this season, and it really reminded us of why we love this show so much. Seeing that season 3 is sadly going to be the last season of Motherland Fort Salem, we really hope that it's going to have a lot more episodes like these in it. Number 11. Expanding on the world building. We learned so much more about the history of the spree and their founder Nicta Beten in this season, and it really builds on so many of the world and story elements that were introduced in the first season. We also learn about which mother tongue, and we love it so much that we wish that we could actually learn it in real life. For the hardcore fans who really love the world of Motherland Fort Salem like us, there is also a ton of After the Storm content on the official Motherland YouTube channel, which further expands on many of these world-building elements, so definitely check that out if you haven't already.
It was literally scripted to kiss like we had never kissed before, which I hope it was encapsulated.
Number 12. Homosexuality isn't treated as an issue in any way. We love how homosexuality is so normal in the Motherland Fort Salem universe that it doesn't have to be specially acknowledged because it's just become so part and parcel with regular life. Even though many shows nowadays are not afraid to showcase homosexuality in their stories, it's not often that we find one where homosexuality just feels so natural and normal in the story's universe to the point that it's really no different from being straight. We see Rael's dad immediately accept his daughter's girlfriend Cilla into his household, and no single character in the show bats an eye whenever they find out that somebody is in a homosexual relationship. We absolutely love how natural homosexuality is portrayed in this show, and we wish that the real world would be like this too.
When this is done, you feel free to stay on at the house for as long as you like. If you're a part of my little girl's life, then you're a part of mine too.
Number 13. Taylor Hickson's performance. Taylor Hickson's performance and dedication to her character role as Rael has never been more apparent than in this season. It feels like both Taylor Hickson and Rael went through so much pain this season, both on and off screen, and we just applaud her for always doing the best with her character and trying to push the envelope further with what she can do. One of our favorite parts of this season was undoubtedly the scene where we got to see Rael's wonderful song performance, and it really showed us how musically talented Taylor Hickson was as well. She has such a great voice, and we really want to hear more of her music in the future. Speaking of which, we love the song that she performed this season so much that we've decided to do a cover of that song for this video, and you will hear it in just a moment. Thanks again for watching, guys, and may we meet again in our pirate ship in the sky with Storm and Fury. The book of love is long and boring. No one can lift the damn thing. It's full of charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing. But I love it when you read to me, and you can read me anything. The book of love has music in it. In fact, that's where music comes from. Some of it is just transcendental. Some of it is just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me, and you can sing me anything. The book of love is long and boring, and written very long ago. It's full of flowers and heart-shaped boxes, and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things, and you ought to give me wedding rings, and I love it when you give me things, and you ought to give me wedding rings, and I love it when you give me things, and you ought to give me wedding rings. You ought to give me wedding rings.
They're in the security booth. Who's this, Wookie?
Because we're professionals.